All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chagadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim, to the elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of this earth, pushing the truth and faith and sincerity. I'm the brother Shema Allah from the GMS Houston camp, and this lesson is going to be entitled, there is no game plan, or blueprint in Jacob's trouble. There's no game plan or blueprint for us to follow as far as, when things happen or when things go down, right? We just got to set game plan. Okay, well, when this happens, then, I'm going to go here and then I'm going to do this and that, so I can have some food. And then after that, when this happens, I'm going to go around the corner over here. And no, we don't. There is nothing that we can plan for. Okay, because we don't even know the extent that this man is about to go. But we know that he's about to do some evil things, some very evil things, right, that they've been planning. Okay, we don't know his plans to 100%, right, but we know his ultimate goal. Okay, and when he acts, the Most High would act. All right, the Most High told us particular things, that we were going to eat, and we we're going to be protected, all these different things, right? But he didn't say how. Right? We don't know when these things are going to happen. We don't know how it's going to play out, right? But we know it's going to happen. So it's nothing to, we don't know the situations that we're going to get put in. Right? There's no way to plan for that. Okay? The Most High planned for it. And the Most High will work in those times. It's nothing that man can do. All right? It's nothing that we can do ourselves to, save ourselves in these particular situations, because you got a lot of people in this world, right? They doomsday prepping and they getting ready for the fall of the system and this and that. Man, that's not going to protect. If the Most High, if Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai is not with you, you will not prevail in those times. You will not have victory in those times. All right, because there wasn't another Most High. If the Most High wants you to take that Karagma and be destroyed by the missiles, right? That's going to happen to you. There's no way you can plan, right, to escape that judgment. And the Most High wants Esau to catch you, right, torture you, do all these particular things, right? There's no way you can plan to get out of that. Right? Even though we know some of the men in the Lord will go through that, right? But the Lord got us in all of these particular situations, so we don't got to put too much thought in those times, man. The Spirit is going to take over. Is basically what this lesson is going into, all right? The Spirit will be our God. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, right, through the Spirit, will be our guide in the times to come. All right? That will be the blueprint. The Spirit. That's the game plan. Whatever the Spirit says. All right? In that moment. All right? Well, let's go. This is just one account right here in Exodus, the 14th chapter. Right? When we escaped, well, Pharaoh let us out of Egypt, all right? But then when you go into it, he basically changed his mind and he started pursuing us. That's why it says Pharaoh in pursuit, right? So let's read, this account. Let me just turn this down. All right, Exodus 14:1. It says, "And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn in the camp before Pi-hahiroth, between Migdal and the sea, over against Baal-zephon, before it shall ye camp by the sea." It says, For Pharaoh would say to the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land, the wilderness has shut them in. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them, and I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, that they just may know that I am Yahweh. And they did so. So the Most High said, Pharaoh is going to come after them. Right? But I'm going to harden his heart. I'm going to make him, right, basically chase them. I'm going to make them chase them. He said, but I'm going to get a name out of him, though. So the Most High is planning all of these things out, right? You see, the Israelites didn't necessarily know, what was going to go down. All right? They just, they following Moses. All right, it says, and he made ready his chariot and took his people with him, and he took 600 chosen chariots and all the chariots of Egypt and captains over every one of them. And Yahweh hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel, and the children of Israel went out with an high hand. But the Egyptians pursued after them all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them, encamping by the sea, besides Pihahiroth, before Baal-Zephon. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto Yahweh. All right, so they was in a situation, right? They didn't know what to do. They cried out. All right, it says unto the Most High. All right, because you have a great army coming up against you. Mind you, this is around this time. This was the greatest kingdom, all right, existing at this point. All right, so he came with his army and his host, right? All this military, and it's like, damn. All right, what's the next step? What's the game plan? Like how are we about to avoid this? So it says, and they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? So why you bring us out here to die? Why? He said because it wasn't enough graves in Egypt. You brought us out here in the wilderness to die. That's why you brought us up out of here. So they already had in their mind, look, we about to die. All right. Verse 12, is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than we should die in the wilderness. So they said, look, man, which this was wicked anyways. But like saying, look, it would be better if you just left us alone in Egypt, right? So we can be slaves working for them than to come out here and die, bro. You could have just left us. Why did you do that? Why you bring us out here? So they complaining and all of this shit to Moses, right? But it says, and Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of Yahweh, which he will show you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. So Moses like, bro, chill out. The Most High is going to show you his salvation. All right, and these Egyptians are about to be gone. It says, Yahweh shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And Yahweh said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. But lift up thy rod and stretch out thy hand over the sea and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. Right? And you can read the rest. We all know how it played out, but you can read the rest. So the Most High had everything planned out already. All right? This wasn't Moses' plan. This wasn't the Israelites' plan. All right? We didn't come up with this plan. The Most High came up with this plan. All right? Because as you can see, our people, they had no plan. They thought they was going to die, but the Most High had a way out. He said, I'm going to split the sea. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that was about to happen? All right? And we was going to walk through on dry ground, right through the Red Sea, which really was the Gulf of Suez, or the Suez Canal. All right, which is still attached to the Red Sea. But still, who would have thought that would have happened? All right? The Most High is going to do some things that seem impossible. All right? More so in these times to come. All right? And we just going to have to lean on that and believe that the Most High going to have ways and just do miracles, man. All right? This is 1 Kings 17:1. And Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as Yahweh of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. Right? So I was telling him, look, this is Ahab, right? It's gonna be a drought, right? Which a drought will cause a famine. So he's saying, look, this is gonna happen. He's telling him that. And if you're a king, you ain't gonna want to hear this shit. All right? You ain't gonna want to hear that, because this is gonna cause disruptions within your kingdom, and a lot of shit is just gonna start falling apart. It says, and the word of Yahweh came unto him, saying, get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith that is before Jordan. So he had to go hide, right? Because you could think about what was going on in Ahab's mind, because Elijah basically made himself a target by doing this and saying these different things, right? And this was the danger of being a prophet. It said, it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So he went and did according unto the word of Yahweh, for he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. So the Most High had already planned out what he was going to eat, how he was going to eat, right, and what he was going to drink. Okay, so the Most High had planned that out. Elijah didn't plan that. All right, he didn't say, all right, look, I'm going to go over here, then, I'm going to eat this, and I'm going to eat that, this is what I'm going to drink, I'm going to have this together, then I got to, no, the Most High had, look, hey, look, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go over here, hey, and this is what you're going to eat. I'm going to feed you like this, all right, and then you can drink of this river right here. All right, so the Most High guided him through everything. This is what you're going to do, okay? And also it says, and the word of Yahweh was First Kings 17:7, and it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up, because there had been no rain in the land. And the word of Yahweh came unto him, saying, Arise, get thee to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain thee. Right? And you can read the rest of this chapter, which is a beautiful chapter to read as well. All right, and we know what happens with him and the widow woman. Okay? You see, but the Most High, he already was ahead, in planning these things out on how this man was going to eat and what he was going to do. All right, so we don't have to do that. We don't have to think about none of this. That's why, what y'all should say, take no thought for your life, which you shall eat and drink and all these particular things. Right? Yeah, that's now too, but more so in them times. Like, we don't got to worry about all of that. The Lord worries about that for us. It said the Lord cares for us. Right? And he know what we need. All right? So we don't got to put too much thought in that to what we just stressing. This, of course, it'll cross your mind, right, sometimes. Right? But still, you got to lean on the Most High. That's all that we got in those times. Because when Esau shut everything down, bro, we don't have any access to nothing in this system, right? Because we are cast out because of not taking that charagma, right? And not being able to access this place, digitally, right? Hey, whoa. That's all we're going to have to rely on the Spirit. That's what we're going to have to be connected to, because we're not going to be connected to this system. I heard. This is Acts 12:1. All right. Peter, went to jail basically. He was about to be executed. So in your mind, you think you're in this position. Hey, think of a man that's in death row. All right. His mind is like, bro, I'm about to die. All right. And when you read, Herod had already, killed James. All right. So you're like, damn, bro, I'm next. All right. But in Acts 12:1 says, now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church. Now, this was Herod Agrippa the first, right? He was a grandson, of Herod the Great, right? Which ordered the killings of 2 years and under of the sons, right? When he was looking for Yahushua. All right, he was the grandson of him. All right. Then you had also Herod Antipas, right? Which was the one, I believe that's the one that ordered the beheading of John, which this was his uncle. All right. So this Herod the king right here, he's the nephew of that Herod Antipas, right? It says, verse 2, and he killed James, the brother of John, with a sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. So the killing of the apostles of Yahushua was pleasing these wicked Jews, and he was trying to gain favor with them. So like, shit, I'm gonna get Peter too, because Peter was the head. So like, shit, I'm going straight for the head then. All right. So it says that when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quarters of soldiers to keep him, attending after Easter to bring him forth to the people, right? And we understand that this is the Passover. When you go into this word, it goes into the Pesach. Even verse 3 said, then were the days of unleavened bread. All right, so it's not talking about no Easter, like as far as with bunnies and laying eggs and Easter egg hunts and all this particular shit. No, that's not what this is talking about. All right, which is idol worship. Okay, but it says delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers. And we go into 1 quaternion, it's 4 soldiers. Right, so he was delivering to 4 of them. So he had 16 soldiers watching over him. All right, guarding him. All right, or keeping him, until he was executed, basically. Imagine 16 dudes watching over you like this to make sure nothing happens, to make sure you don't escape, this, and that. Right? If the Most High ain't with you, not 10 times out of 10, you're not going nowhere. All right? And what they were basically doing was just shift work. Right? And also, you will be chained to 2 of the soldiers, right? Anyways, so it was basically no way you could escape. All right, so you can think about what was going on in Peter's mind. It says, and Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto the Most High for him. And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers, bound with 2 chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. So Herod was like, I'm about to kill him. But this is what happened that night, though. It says, the same night, Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers, bound with 2 chains. All right? See, he was tied to him. And the keepers before the door kept the prison. So not only was he chained to 2 soldiers, right, you also had people watching, right, the door. Okay? It said, and behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison, and he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, rise quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands. So he was released, right, from being chained up to these soldiers, right? Which is before, like, if the Most High intervenes, no way you was going to get loose out of this. So if you was trying to plan according to your own plan and your own mind, nothing was going to work, because how you was going to do it? All right? The angel showed up. Who would have thought that an angel was going to show up? All right? You think he had that in his mind? Oh, yeah. Hey, the Most High is going to send an angel, to help me. All right? You didn't really know that. You can have faith in something like that, the Most High is going to do something for you. But you didn't really know how the Most High was going to do what. All right? We don't have no plan. That's the whole point of this lesson. There's no detailed plan of how things are going to happen. Okay? It says, and the angel said to him, gird thyself and bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And he said unto him, cast thy garment about thee and follow me. And he went out and followed him, and was not that it was true which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. When they were past the first and the second ward, they came unto the iron gate that leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of his own accord. And they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. So they walking through wards, right? And it says the iron gate opened to them. Bruh. he got walked out of prison. Nobody seen him. Nobody seen nothing. But this is the power of the Most High, right? To deliver you deep out of prison like this, right? But the Most High had already planned this. He said, and when Peter was come to himself, he said, now I know of a surety that the Lord has sent his angel and had delivered me out of the hand of Herod and from all the expectation of the people of the Jews. So the Most High delivered him, right, when he didn't have no plan. All right. Ended off with this. 2 Ezra 16 and 74. Hear, O my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble at hand, while I will deliver you from the same, right, Jacob's trouble. This is what's coming unto us, all of Israel, right? But the Lord said he will deliver us from it, right? The ones who are of the elect, all right, which we hope to be of that. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. So the Most High is our guide. Don't be afraid and do not doubt. But just have faith in the Lord. The Most High is going to guide us in these times, right? There's more accounts, man. Think about Daniel and the lions there. right? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, right? But it's a lot of accounts that we can go to and that we can read. Right? See how the Lord showed up. All right. It said, "And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts," said the Lord God. Right. So, us who are doing what we're supposed to do, walking in the Spirit, rehearsing the righteous acts, day in and day out, right? Seeking Him, praying unto Him, doing what the Lord commanded, man. If we have the elect, the Lord is going to guide us. Right? That's going to be our guidance. He's going to be our blueprint and our game plan. That's what we got to lean on in those times. All right. So with that, hope this is edifying. Say shalom.